hoping to replicate his very strong performance from the previous game, and Dig with another somewhat wombo combo comp.
And a couple of things that we know. Zion Spartan has gotten going in both of these.
Set up and gank or defend their blue buff or trying to win the game.
You're right.
At that point, so it's quite an interesting psychological discussion.
I think that's where fear comes into play a little bit, and not wanting to lose instead of wanting to win. What this does set up though, is a 1v1 in the mid lane. Shifter is so strong.
Please is the call from Coast, and he delivers in game 3. So Team Coast now resetting themselves across the lane. It's once again Zion Spartan getting that bomb. Scar has been ganked. Flay pulls him backwards. Cocoon lands. That is one dead mid laner. Final hit goes to a Spiderling of Nintendo. Able to do anything about that. 5 members of Dignitas in that top lane. Teleport is available for Zion Spartan. Pretty good poke onto Cruiser. There's been support now. Nintendo is here along with Shifter. This is a 5-on-4 until the teleport comes up. That's a shockwave. Catches Nintendo and Daydreaming. The solar flare was impeccable from Kiwi Kid. The easy kill secured for Dignitas. Teleport blown by Zion Spartan, but the re-engage is a real possibility. Nice. Scar to get away. They get a kill, but that was a lot blown for just the kill.
And it was really nice because Scar led with the shockwave that went into the solar flare, so they relied on Scar to make the initiation. Zion, though, trying to power through.
That's a good kickback from Cruiser. Saves Cutie Pie's life. Just grab the reins and never let Dignitas back in.
It's like they're preparing very well for game 1, but then don't know how to adapt mid-series.
Well, Crumbs got caught out. That's just melted. Everything landed. The cocoon into the ace in the hole. Now Kiwi Kid is in trouble. Can Daydreaming land any more CC? And a bit unfortunate for Crumbs. He was just stun locked there.
Yeah, and now a push down bottom where Coast can start getting turret control. Something I have to point out about Crumbs is the teleport comes in to actually save the turret. Flash ult though, oh boy.
Solar Flare catches Nintendo, not the greatest. Now the Zenith Blade lands onto Daydreaming. There's no culling available as the exhaust is going to slow Cutie Pie in his tracks. A wild growth onto Daydreaming, and that's the turn. Kiwi Kid gives up the 4th kill of the game. Skara has joined the party, but this is a 3v.
Really going in, not necessarily landing clean spells, but Crumbs is back, level 6, trying to make something happen.
Let's see if he can. Lands on WizFusion's head. That's a flash forward. There's no tower to fall back to. Look at the stealth. Now WizFusion's the first victim. Daydreaming is taking everyone and Dig for a walk. The culling plus the tower. This is going to be a dead Chain Warden. Cutie Pie grabs the 3rd kill of the game. Gonna push for another tower.
Zion trying to clear this wave because he knows a dive's coming.
Well, Solar Flare is up. It does connect. Zion Spartan gets caught by the Zenith Blade. Crumbs was tanking the tower for just a little bit. That was a Dragon's Rage kick, and Dignitas should get the kill. A leap forward from Crumbs. One last hit should do it. Doesn't get the skill shot. It's not over. Coast managed to secure a tower. Zion sidesteps a Sonic Wave. One more missile, and that was close. Wild Growth was so close. Shockwave onto Shifter. Now he's in trouble. Exhaust is out. Skara uses a summoner spell. Wild Growth throws him up. Too little, too late.
What will happen in game 3 because Coast is around the dragon, taking a fair bit of poke.
Well, we will find out shortly. Daydreaming below half hit points. Coast appear to be on the retreat. Look for the Solar Flare. Kiwi Kid locked in place. Kiwi Kid eats another death sentence. Solar Flare comes down, slows down Shifter, not the greatest. Nintendo forced to repel up in the air. The Shockwave pulls members of Coast together. First kill is onto Daydreaming, and now Dignitas chasing them down. Shifter gets away thanks to the movement speed increase, and a 90 caliber net over the wall puts WizFusion alive for a few seconds before a quick roundhouse to the head takes him out. Nintendo and Zion Dignitas didn't really hesitate to initiate. Teleport in the backline once again. Cruiser, can he find somebody? That means he lands right on top of Nintendo. And they just squash the spider under their boots, as you expect. Showing us how good he is at drawing them.
Wouldn't it be great to have a Solar Flare right now against Coast, and they can actually push this mid lane with impunity because they know the Solar Flare is down?
No way. Kiwi Kid just wants to eat a death sentence. Let's see if it connects. That's a great shockwave. Nintendo to Shifter pulled back into place. The death sentence comes down, but nobody from Dig is pushing into it. The death sentence does connect. It's onto Skara. Zion dives in. That's 2 kills for Coast. Wild Growth keeps Zion alive as now Crumbs is somewhat overextended. Kiwi Kid still looking for something. Gets slowed by the Glitzerlance. Cutie Pie pokes down the damage, but at the end of the day, Coast execute that well.
80 carry on one side and overpowering top laner on the other. Cruiser, though, has an overwhelming amount of people coming down at him.
Can he survive long enough for the support? Kiwi Kid's coming in from the river. Solar Flare lands onto Zion Spartan. Crumbs jumps into the team. Zion is going to dash back to the minions. He's pulling them into the team away from him. Sonic Wave connects. Cruiser.
Multiple glitter lances at the right time. However, the Kazakhs, Lee Sin, Orianna has been just exquisite. And honestly, I'm a Cutie Pie's Lucian is ripping these fights apart with his culling and then followed up with just nice dashes coming in. Dignitas is absolutely right to start this dragon, but Kiwi Kid's got to be careful.
Oh, Kiwi Kid's in so much trouble. Solar Flare is up. Can he connect? That's the question. Daydreaming and Zion spotting this time. Pulled into the shockwave. Crumbs is looking to clean up. That's one. Cruiser gets the kill credit. Dignitas continue through the chase, but their HP bars are very, very low. Cruiser gives up the ghost. He's the first victim of Dignitas.
Extending that lead, the percentage goal differential will decrease greatly. I wonder what Daydreaming's trying to do. He's trying to start trouble. I don't know if they want to start trouble right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of members together here.
There he goes.
He's decided to go in. He dashes right back out. That was pretty good poke. Nintendo once again gets locked up. Kiwi Kid's solar flares have been somewhat questionable. Some great, some average.
There has been such a small amount of follow by the rest of Dignitas when Kiwi Kid throws out the solar flares. He's throwing the max range. Sometimes he can't even follow his own up. The Xenos Blades have been nice, though.
And Kiwi Kid eats another death sentence. Now Zion Spartan is the target. Wild Growth is up. He decides to re-engage. That is a great shockwave. Everyone from Coast gets pulled together. Nintendo, the only one that escapes. It won't last long. Xenos Blade a tiny bit early. Nintendo is Jolie. So now Coast, this also feels a bit desperate. Look, they've kept the super minions in control in this mid lane. They've been trying to force something on Dig. And they've caught Crumbs.
They know they have someone low. They chain the stuns onto the stealth target, and they just keep messing them up.
That is a great solar flare. Crumbs manages to jump away. Kiwi Kid, I'm sorry for calling you out because you just saved Crumbs' life. Locks up members of Coast, and Crumbs gets out.
They get another one onto Scara? Really?
Scara is gone.
How many hooks is Daydreaming going to land to try and bring Coast?
For Dignitas.
How fast can they do this, Baron?
This is a teleport from Cruiser. Baron still alive in the background, 2,500 hit points. Zion Spartan gets the wild growth. Kiwi Kid is in the middle of the entire team. He's zoning 4. Crumbs looking for an execute. That's a flash away from Kiwi Kid. Not the greatest of Randy and omens is Dignitas. They've interrupted the Baron, number 1. Number 2, they haven't given up any more kills.
And something that is becoming more and more apparent is it's just difficult for Coast to do damage. Crumbs jumps on Zion.
Oh, Nintendo lands the cocoon. Here comes Cruiser. Cruiser looking for the Sonic Wave. That one went wide. Now Nintendo in a little bit of trouble. Dragon's Rage is available here for Cruiser. Let's see if he can get the Sonic Wave. He connects. That's going to be a dead spider. Just a matter of time. Cruiser will finish it out. Gets cocoon down now. Sonic Wave. That closes it.
Death Cap, Athene's Unholy Grail. The Shockwave will be a huge threat. And how would Coast engage if Dignitas dives onto this turret? They're trying to clear the wave. Kiwi Kid just goes!
He manages to catch Zion Spartan. Let's look for the solar flare. That is a great solar flare! Coast locked up under the tower. Tower secured now as Cutie Pie manages to melt that one. Kiwi Kid has lost his life. The Nintendo and Zion hanging out on the sidelines. They have been hurt. Inhibitor is slowly being poked down. There's still a lot of HP on the side of Dignitas. Zion Spartan jumps in. His attack has been slowed. He is just deleted. Cruiser gets a kill. Now Nintendo forced to run away. Crumbs jumps in there. Doesn't manage to get the kill. Unfortunately, Nintendo repels in the air. Scara's in trouble.
Win would guarantee them their spot right there. Taking down Coast 2-1. Kiwi Kid gets hooked, but he's got a lot of tankiness.
He totally wanted that. Nintendo just gets melted by that attack and dissonance from Scara. Scara looking to set himself up with a shockwave. Daydreaming lands a hook onto Kiwi Kid. Kiwi Kid gives up his life. The turret hasn't been touched, but there are super minions. Dignitas have decided to back away. Baron is actually still going down. Coast now have all 5 members with him. Kiwi Kid is the one tanking up the Baron. Death Sentence doesn't connect. Solar Flare comes down. It peels. Forces Coast to split. Zion Spartan's on the front line. Randy
it's a pretty good start for Coast.
Down. We'll see. Look for the wild growth. That's a good wild growth. I believe that was onto Zion Spartan. He's lost out of the fight. The shockwave just destroys Coast HP bars. Nobody dies until that very moment. Nintendo is the only...
Not a great team fighting team. We don't have time to watch this again because Dignitas is forcing once again.
Well, let's see what Kiwi Kid can do with his solar flare. Baron is up. There's not enough members of Coast nearby. Nintendo is miles away. And Coast caught napping with their pants around their ankles. Daydreaming does throw down the flare. It's not going to be enough. The rest of Dignitas are on him. That was a good wild growth that at least delayed the kill, but the reset's right there. Crumbs jumps in, gets caught by a... Catches out onto Scara. There's no wild growth available. Kiwi Kid slows and intended. We've got a fight on 2 fronts as Zion is going toe-to-toe with Crumbs. Decide to back away. Second inhibitor secured. Shockwave catches Nintendo. Nintendo is gone.
There's only 1 inhibitor turret and 3 people on Coast right now between Dignitas and the summer split of the LCS.
It looks like they're going to do it. We do see Wizfusion doing the best he can. Shifter is onto Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie forced away. That's a flash from Shifter. He is still alive. He's running low on mana. Cruiser is fighting in the background on the Nexus turret. Wizfusion may be able to get him down. They've traded 1 for 1. Dignitas still have a numbers advantage.
Do have Shifter down, it is just Fusion and Zion. He's pretty strong.
Oh, Zion's looking for a target. Can he get Cutie Pie? That's the question. Zion's locked up. Zion's stunned. Zion's exhausted, and Zion is dead. Now we look over to Wisfusion. He gets cold. That is another kill for Cutie Pie. 6-0-7. Ladies and gentlemen, Dignitas have done it. 2-1. They secure 5th place, and more importantly, a spot in the summer split of the North American LCS.
It wasn't easy for them. You can tell Scar did not have a good time in that game, but the relief